What is up, everybody? We're back on Jets Media. After my New York Knicks did it. They actually did it. Can't help but think about the Jets being next. Can't help myself but hoping that our Jets is next in line. I want a Jets Super Bowl hat. But they did it. They actually did it. They pulled it off. I'm a champion. I am a champion. Do you guys realize what that means? Oh boy, we have some news to get into here for our New York Jets. We have breaking Jets news this morning come out that we're going to have to talk about. But my Knicks are champions, and I know this is not Knicks Media. Don't worry, we're talking Jets on this live stream here, presented by Prize Picks. But it's hard not to talk about my Knicks. I'm still living on a high. I'm still living on that high, man. I know what it means to be a champion now. I know what it means. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, the Knicks winning the championship is feeding my delusion even more that the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl one day in my life. I'm not saying this year or next year or the year after that. I'm just saying one day. Because there were times where I would question, am I ever going to experience one of my teams, one of my three teams, winning a championship? The Mets were the only team that was close by getting to the World Series in 2015 and lost. The Jets were the last team that was as close with back-to-back AFC championship appearances. And then these last 5 years, we watched the Knicks rise to the occasion, get deeper and deeper into the playoffs as each year passed. They won their first series. First they make the playoffs. Then the next year, they actually win a playoff series. And then the next year, they go and win another playoff series. And then the next year, get to the conference finals. And then the next year, they make it to the finals. And not only did they make the finals, they won the fucking championship. Excuse my language. That's what they did. So Jets fans, if you ever want to believe that there's a chance the Jets can do it, you never know, bro. That's all I can say. The Knicks and the Jets are completely separate sports. It's not like the Knicks win, that means the Jets are going to win. There's also the Giants. But my point is, the Knicks were the laughing stock. They were always talked down on, always everyone laughing at them, and they pulled it off. All it takes is the right people in charge. And now, as Jets fans, we're hoping that we have the right people in charge in Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. So, I'm just so happy, man. I'm just so happy. I'm just so freaking happy, man. And nobody can ever take this away from me. Nobody. Ever. This Jets season is going to be that much better. I'm telling you that right now. We have breaking news we're going to get into in today's live stream about Joe Tippmann getting extended, which is positive. Great news. If you guys are just tuning into the show, we're going to talk about that and then some, which is freaking awesome. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Want to give a big shout out to the chat right now. Let's go. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day, as this is one of those days that I don't even know. The championship parade is going to be unbelievable, and I cannot wait for it, bro. I cannot freaking wait for it. So, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Now, I want to remind everybody that Jets Media Day tickets are available right now. Link in the description. Week 5 against the Browns. We're going to be out there partying for their second home game of the season. So, pull up, man. Pull up the Jets Media Day this year. Tickets are on sale. They're flying off the shelves, so if you want to get in on the action, now is the time to buy your tickets. Link at the top of the description. We got Jets Browns Week 5. Getting onto the field after the game, live stream before the game, tailgate party. Your ticket comes with so much fun stuff. The ultimate Jets game day experience, as always, hosted here on Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. It's going to be freaking awesome, man. The best seats that we've had ever in Jets Media Day history, by the way, which is section 131, prime field level seating. Field seats. Lower bowl, baby. We're in the lower bowl. Isn't that exciting? We're in the lower bowl. So that's going to be awesome. So make sure you guys get your tickets while they are still available. Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. Oh, man. I am so happy right now. I really am. All right. Let's get into the news now. As we have breaking Jets news that came out this morning, Joe Tippmann has officially been extended, locked in, long-term, a 4-year contract extension. This is big time. I told you guys to watch out for this type of news as we talked about this on the channel. After Breece Hall got his extension, I said, who's next on this team to get extended long-term? It is Joe Tippmann, the man who's entering a contract year, no longer in a contract year. He is now locked up long-term officially on a 4-year contract, which is absolutely massive for the Jets to ink him to a deal. That's big time, man. I think that first and foremost, if you're a Jets fan, you're trying to look for something to be optimistic about. It's right here. Continuity is everything. The one thing you can connect with this Knicks championship team that they had is continuity absolutely matters. And in football, the one position that needs continuity more than anything else is the offensive line. And the Jets got 3 young talents to be excited about, to build through this offensive line for the long term. Now that Joe Tippmann is not going anywhere officially, we got Joey T, we got Olu F, and we got Armand M. 3 guys. Now, Membu and Fashanu, they're not technically locked up long-term yet. They're on their rookie deals, but they're still on cheap control. Olu Fashanu is entering year 3, so they got 3 more years of control of Olu, and they got 4 more years of control of Membu. If I had to guess, the Jets are going to extend both of them when they become eligible. Hopefully, that happens one day. But this is definitely some big-time news here on Jets Media, as Joe Tippmann is officially locked in long-term. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way into the show as we talk to you guys about this news on Jets Media, baby. This is big, man. This is absolutely big. And I think that if you're a Jets fan, there's no reason why not to be excited about this news. This came out of nowhere, man. I was consuming all Knicks stuff all morning, and then I switch over to my Jets account, and I see this news break, and I'm like, whoa. Oh, okay. That came out of nowhere. Let's go. We're even going crazier. I love it. I think this is great news. Absolutely great news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of this news that our New York Jets have extended our main man, Mr. Joe Tippmann, long term. I think there's no reason why you shouldn't be excited about this news, man. Joe Tippmann seems like he found his home at right guard. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it, man. So shout out to it. Shout out to Joey T. Eric talks about Jets Media. I hope there will be any tickets available by next week. Next week I can purchase one if they're still available. Yeah, Eric, you should be good to go, man. They'll be available by next week. Don't you worry, my friend. Don't you worry. Let's go, man. Hey, Jets fans, I would like to see the Dolphins win the AFC East next year. No, Linda, it will be the Jets. I hope. Appreciate you tuning in, Linda. Always appreciate you. Hey, Richie, please let TD know his Celtics got nothing. We did it, Rich. We did do it, man. We did do it. We did do it, man. And there's nothing that TD can say that can wipe this smile off my face. Guys, I can't even describe to you how amazing this season is going to be for the Jets just because of the lack of stress that I don't like. If the Jets do start struggling and they start looking like the same old Jets, I can fall back on my Knicks winning the championship and just feel a breath of fresh air, a breath of like a sigh of relief. All I ever wanted was a championship. And I know it's two separate things we're talking about, but man, does that feel good? Like, holy smokes. I'm so thankful for these Knicks. I'm so thankful. I really am. I really, really am, man. It's exciting time. Exciting times, man. Exciting times. Let's get into the first topic of the show about Geno. Jets quarterback Geno Smith makes a huge claim about his upcoming 2026 season. We're going to talk about what Geno had to say because in an interview with Judy Battista, he said something that definitely opened my mind. And you look at what Geno Smith was capable of doing with this Jets football team in Seattle, winning comeback player of the year. And then you look at what he did with the Raiders last year, absolutely stinking to join up in Vegas. But now he's with the Jets, with a brand new system being implemented with Frank Reich. Brand new playmakers with Omar Cooper, Kenyon Sadiq, and new playmakers for him and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. The Jets just extended Joe Tippmann, so this offensive line is officially locked up long term. There's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about this offense, but hearing what Geno Smith had to say is definitely something I want to get into here on Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. Do me a favor, folks. Smash that thumbs up button on your way into the show if you did not already. I greatly appreciate if you guys can simply smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and comment down below your thoughts about Geno Smith. What's your expectations for him as a quarterback? Does he have what it takes to lead this Jets football team to the promised land, or is he going to revert to the Geno Smith of last year with the Raiders? Well, we're going to get into that and then some here on the channel. All right. So the quote that he said definitely opens my mind a little bit as a fan, and it should open up your mind as well. You look at what Geno Smith has done so far up until this point at OTAs and everything, and, you know, him talking to the media and him having all these interviews. I think it's fair to say that the Jets today are in a way better position offensively than they were last year. And I think that's objective. I genuinely do. I don't think that's saying much, right? Just seeing the clips, and again, OTA clips does not tell the story of anything, but you just watch Geno go out there and sling this ball around in OTAs. It's like a night and day difference than last year with Justin Fields. You know, Justin Fields had that feeling of, young guy, got to make his name for himself. Doesn't really have the ability to throw the ball well, but it can run, athletic. But Geno can freaking spin that thing. How can Geno Smith return to his Pro Bowl self? Well, that's the quote that we're going to get into here about what exactly Geno Smith had to say. So we're going to get into that and then some here on Jets Media. I'm excited to do just that. All right. Now, let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. But before we go any further in today's video, got to let you guys know about the proud sponsor of the channel. That is Prize Picks. You guys can bet on the World Cup. You can bet on all things NFL futures as well as you can bet on full season stats. You can also bet on week number 1 odds, which is big time there on the Prize Picks app. Make sure you guys go do that. I got a lot of past tickets that are live. I also got big time bets already locked up for the NFL season. I got so many bets lined up. Please bet responsibly, of course. Let me know in the comments right now if you guys are betting on these New York Jets on Prize Picks. I was able to win some tickets during the NBA Finals, which was massive. My Knicks are NBA freaking champions, baby. Oh, it feels good. Make sure you guys go check them out, man. Again, if you guys are into the World Cup, you can bet on the World Cup here on Prize Picks. Let's do it, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in to this edition of Jets Media. Go check out Prize Picks, the official sponsor of the channel. Now, getting back into the video, what exactly did Geno Smith have to say? Because I think what Geno Smith had to say, again, is very important. So let's read the quote of what Geno had to say here to Judy Battista. Let's take a listen. Well, I'm going to read it to you, rather. I'm going to read exactly what Geno Smith had to say. So Geno said, quote, "Yeah, I'm way better than I was back then. Even those Pro Bowl years, and, sometimes the stats don't always tell the story. I've gotten better in the last 2 seasons as well. And, for me, it's about getting better every single day, not looking too far ahead or too far behind. And, I just focus on what's going on today. And, leading this team today and being the best that I can be." If you consider all the things that Geno said right there, and you add the pieces around him, first of all, connecting this to the Knicks real quick, it's all about the mindset. The one thing that the NBA Finals taught me is that mentality is everything in sports. The reason why the Knicks were able to beat the Spurs the way that they did was because the Knicks were taking on a inexperienced team in the young San Antonio Spurs, right? We all know that. But the experience of Jalen Brunson and the mentality of him staying present, focusing on every single play, and the discipline mentally is what makes Jalen Brunson great. He's wired to be a champion. And I'm not sitting here saying that Geno Smith is going to go out there and win a Super Bowl or anything with the Jets, but hey, you never know, right? All I'm saying is what Geno Smith just said is exactly a championship mindset. Staying present, not getting ahead of yourself, not focusing on what happened in the past, not focusing on what happened in the future. Just focusing on what's attacking the moment. And you do look at what Geno Smith did. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback, right? Is Geno Smith capable of redoing that? You look at his throwing motion. You look at everything that Geno Smith is capable of doing. The storybook is there right there, right? The narrative going into this football season with the New York Jets is that they got a quarterback that's coming home who is a former Pro Bowler, but people look at Geno and the name Geno Smith. If you ask, any random NFL fan, you bring up the name Geno Smith, nobody is going to take that name seriously. Nobody is going to look at that name and say, oh, wow, Geno Smith is a good quarterback. Still. Why? Because he went to the Raiders last year and he stunk it up. And he regressed ever since he won that Comeback Player of the Year award 4 years ago. But he was a Pro Bowler. And I think that for Geno to say the stats don't always tell the story, and he thinks that he's gotten better the last 2 seasons, I think that mindset is everything. And then you add the context of this system with Frank Reich, with the quarterback coach, Bill Musgrave, and the experience that those two guys have and what they're going to bring to the table here with his Jets football team, it's absolutely massive, man. No doubt about it. I think that there's a lot of reasons to believe that this offense is going to be the best that it's been in a long, long time. And there's reasons that justifies that. You look at the team around Geno Smith last year with the Raiders and compare that with the team that he has in front of him today, it's absolutely night and day. Look at this tweet from Zach Rosenblatt that he made after the Jets officially extended Joe Tippmann. In terms of the Jets' projected starters on offense with the Joe Tippmann deal, every single likely starter other than Geno Smith is under contract through at least 2027. This offense is locked up long-term, and Geno is on a 1-year deal. I think that there's a chance that Geno Smith can be the starting quarterback in 2027 if he is successful. Look at these guys that you're looking at. You're looking at young pieces that can be built around. And Geno Smith, well, one thing about him, his mentality, I respect. His mindset, his ability to keep everything in front of him, and his confidence in himself and his football intelligence. Garrett Wilson said something about him that really stood out to me. And I'm never going to forget what Garrett Wilson had to say, man. He's blown away. He's already understanding this team and this offense from a standpoint that Garrett Wilson hasn't seen in a long, long time. And I think that when you add all those things together, I'm just really excited to see what Geno Smith is capable of doing here with this football team coming up. Do you guys think that Geno is going to get back to his Pro Bowl self? Or is that getting a little bit ahead of things? Because, again, you say the name Geno Smith, everybody laughs. Everybody does not think about it. And, hey, What if Geno Smith is another example of Jalen Brunson? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're going to laugh. All I'm saying is this, and they're not comparable. Geno Smith is a veteran. Jalen Brunson was young when the Knicks got him. But I remember when the Knicks got Jalen Brunson, everybody laughed at the Knicks. Everybody said that Jalen Brunson's overpaid and he's not the savior. They should have got KD. They should have got Kyrie back in the years ago. They didn't. Why are they going all in for Jalen Brunson? And then Jalen Brunson proves everybody wrong. All I'm saying is that usually heroes that come to New York and bring them to the promised land are the not expected ones. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm predicting Geno Smith to go on this run and win the Jets a Super Bowl and win Super Bowl MVP just like Jalen Brunson did with the Knicks. It took Jalen Brunson 4 or 5 years to do that. All I'm saying is the world is sleeping on Geno Smith, and I wanted to come on here and show you guys the confidence that he has in himself and the undired belief. And that really is important, man. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have that championship mindset, to believe in yourself. And I genuinely believe that that is something that is going to be felt throughout the rest of the roster. No doubt about it. I think it's going to be something that's felt. I think Garrett Wilson is going to feed off of it. I think that Breece Hall is going to feed off of it. I think that Adonai Mitchell, Omar Cooper. So when you look at Geno Smith's stats, what type of numbers is he going to put up with this Jets football team? Could he put up 30-plus touchdowns? Could he put up 4,000-plus passing yards? Can he limit the turnovers, right? Those are all the things that you look at for a quarterback to be successful. Let me know if you guys think it's possible in the comments. Appreciate you guys as always. We're going to be talking about these Jets all the way leading up to training camp. And I hope to see you guys at Jets Media Day, week number 5, baby. Let's go Jets. Geno can hoop. Just give him time to throw. Facts, man. We're ending the playoff drought. My boy's calling me Landry Shamet. I've gotten that before. You know, people think I look like Landry Shamet. I don't know. Do I look like Landry? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do I look like Landry? Man. What a run this has been. Do I put this championship hat back on? You guys think I look like Landry Shamet? Okay. I ain't going to complain. I'm just so thankful that the city of New York are champions again. Glenn, about time, Richie. New York City, city of champions, and no one can ever take this away. Oh, my gosh. Somebody try to take this away from me. You'll never be able to, bro. You'll never, ever, ever, ever be able to. Spidey, congrats on you and your Knicks for winning the championship, Richie. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Now, will we ever get a Jets Super Bowl? I hope, man. I hope. Oh, what a day. Jets are next. Richie, can I get a bing bong? Bing bong. That phase is dead. That was years ago. Bing bong doesn't really connect to today's Jets. Knicks, excuse me. But hey, man. I think it's really interesting. You ain't taking nothing from us ever. Ever. Isn't that awesome? What's TD got to say about your Knicks? You know, TD is one of the only people that has not congratulated me on the Knicks win. He's salty. He hates to see me happy. His wife reached out. TD hasn't reached out yet. I'm not going to hear from TD until I reach out to him. Am I going to the parade? You know I'll be at the parade Thursday. You know that. Come on now. Oh, yeah. This is going to be amazing. Guys, is the stream a little laggy or are you guys good? It's kind of hard to talk about Jets right now when the Knicks are champions. But you do what you got to do. It is a little laggy. I wonder why that is. Oh, boy. What a day. What a day right now, baby. Maybe it's because I have a setting on. I don't know. It's all good, though. It's all good. What Aaron Glenn just said about running back Braylon Allen should get you fired up because this upcoming season for Braylon Allen is a big one. And this is somebody that was supposed to be a huge piece of this offense last year, but unfortunately for him, went down with an injury in Week 4 against the Miami Dolphins on a kickoff return. And what Aaron Glenn said about him, about his usage last year and what their plan is for him this upcoming season is absolutely massive. We're going to get into that and much more here on Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel. We appreciate you guys, as always, for being here on Jets Media. Let's get into it. Now, of course, got to remind you guys that Jets Media Day tickets are available now. Go click the link at the top of the description. We got an amazing day planned. October 11th, Week 5 at MetLife Stadium. Get access to the Jets Media pregame show right from the tailgate. Access to postgame on the field. We're seated in the best section you can imagine in 131 field level, the lower bowl, and an all-inclusive tailgate party. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. Week 5 is going to be epic. Tickets are available now. Link in the description. Email me if you have any questions, okay? So, getting into what Aaron Glenn had to say about Braylon Allen, you know, he had a very bad injury last season, and the Jets wrote a really nice article that I wanted to highlight in today's video. And I think that you look at Braylon Allen, could he be the piece that unlocks this Jets football team from a run game standpoint? The Jets extended Breece Hall. They extended Joe Tippmann. If Braylon Allen goes out there and has a monster season as a backup running back, the Jets are going to maybe have to consider extending Braylon Allen. They got 2 years of control of Braylon, and Isaiah Davis, it's going to be a running back by committee approach. But Braylon Allen says, the time is now for me. So we're going to get through this article here from a quote of Aaron Glenn talking about Braylon Allen. And I'm curious to get your thoughts about your expectations of the year 3 running back. And I kind of feel like it's year 2 for him because last season got cut short, unfortunately, from our main man, Mr. Braylon Allen. I think that you look at what he was capable of doing, it was pretty amazing to see our main man, Braylon Allen, out there at practice this few weeks because this guy is a monster, dude. I don't know if you guys are seeing the clips, but this guy is just freaking built different, to say the least. He really is. They don't build running backs like this. This guy looks like a freaking linebacker out there. And this is our backup, by the way. It's not even our start. This is not even our starter, man. So I'm excited to see what he looks like. I think that at the end of the day, the New York Jets are going to make sure Braylon Allen is a big piece of this offense. All right, so let's get into the article. The pads aren't on and nobody's getting tackled, but Braylon Allen has a football back in his arms finally. Man, a breath of fresh air for sure, the running back said during the Jets' final week of OTAs. The first day was just kind of a weight taken off my shoulder. It was a heavy load carrying the memory of his final 2 snaps of 2025, a fumble on the goal line and the kickoff return where he sprained his MCL in a Week 4 loss to the Dolphins. It definitely left a bitter taste in my mouth for sure this whole offseason. Never want to leave the field those 2 ways again. So the last 2 times Braylon Allen touched the football last year was a fumble at the goal line and then an injury on a kickoff return. And he had to live with those feelings the entire offseason. But he attacked the rehab process with hunger and a whole lot of motivation. Now the running back, retaking the field, looks more like a tank. At 250 pounds, Allen said he's the biggest, strongest, and fastest he's ever been. I played 238, 240 pounds last year, Allen said. The most recent I did was by far my best. The most lean and muscle mass I've ever had, the lowest percentage of body fat, perfect symmetry in both my legs and my arms. Everything looked exactly how he wanted it to. Getting to 250 pounds wasn't necessarily intentional, Allen said. It was accidental, but it's just how he trains. Quote, this is the same type of routine and gain all my weight going from high school to college, Allen said. Just a hypertrophy training and just adding muscle mass, and my body just responds to that type of training in a way that I'm just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Allen never left Florham Park during the offseason to work with the Jets team trainers. In February, he was medically cleared, and by the middle of March, he felt like more himself again. So Braylon Allen is freaking ready to go, man. Now, what Aaron Glenn had to say about him is very important. Here it is. The vision, according to Aaron Glenn, the Jets have a 3-headed monster at running back. It's the vision that didn't come to fruition in 2025, but is back on track ahead of the Green and White's mandatory minicamp. To see him out there and to see him running around and to see a big man that's agile, obviously, you know you can use him in the run game, but to be able to use him in the passing game, that was a vision with him, Breece Hall, and Isaiah Davis last year. Obviously, we hated to see him go down with an injury, but man, it's good to see him out there with us. The backfield will feature Hall, fresh off his first season with over 1,000 yards, and has versatile depth options with Davis, who averaged 5.6 yards per carry. Wow. Very underrated. So, the vision of these 3 guys has always been a 3-headed monster. And I think that is something that Jets fans have not been able to see come to fruition, of course, throughout, last year. I always love showing this photo off because this is the photo of those 3, right? And this is technically the 3rd season in a row that the Jets have had the same exact running back room. And I think Isaiah Davis averaging 5.6 yards per carry is very underrated. And then Breece Hall getting over 1,000 yards. You look at everything all together and the run game that the Jets are going to be able to implement. And I always remind people this too. The Jets, in my opinion, have never really been able to establish a legit running game because they've always lacked a passing threat at quarterback. A legit quarterback that can throw the ball down the field effectively. Because when you don't have a quarterback that poses a threat, then defenses do not respect it and will load up the box and shut the run. Now that the Jets got Geno Smith, he's no Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or anything, but what Geno Smith can do is he can throw the ball down the field with accuracy. One of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, statistically speaking. The last 4 seasons, Geno Smith is objectively a top 5 quarterback from an accuracy standpoint. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. His efficiency is off the charts. The guy knows how to put the ball in the right people's hands. Now, the problem with Geno is, of course, the turnovers. He's got to clean that up. But you add in the passing threat, and these 3 guys, with the Jets extending Joe Tippmann now, you have this offensive line locked up for the foreseeable future. I love the idea of Braylon Allen being a legit force, lightning and thunder. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, what they had in Detroit is what the Jets are trying to do in their own way. Is Breece Hall Jahmyr Gibbs? No. Is Braylon Allen David Montgomery? No. It's the other version of it. Now that Breece Hall is here locked up long term, you don't got to worry about that no more, which is a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief. But I cannot stress enough how important it's going to be to see these guys go out there and release the 3-headed monster. You know, Aaron Glenn says that he plans on using all these players. Aaron Glenn says he plans to use Breece, Braylon, and Davis as a 3-headed monster. Now, we said that last year. And again, wasn't able to happen because of the injury to Braylon Allen. And I'm just really, really excited, bro. I mean, the fact that this kid has added that much weight, he's 250, guys. 250. Listen in to Braylon.
I'm about 250 right now. I played 238, 240 last year. And, you know, this is, we do our DEXA scans, I wouldn't say 3 or 4 times a year. And the most recent one I did was by far my best, the most lean muscle mass I've ever had, the lowest percentage of body fat, perfect symmetry in both my legs and my arms, and everything looked exactly how we wanted it to.
So I think that if there was one piece of this offense that people are overlooking and not really taking serious, it's Mr. Braylon Allen. And we all know the excitement of the additions, but these guys are not new. Allen's not new. Breece is not new. Davis is not new. The new pieces of Geno Smith and Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper and Dylan Parham are the only guys on this offense that's technically new. Another element that's brand new is, of course, the offensive coordinator, Frank Reich. The quarterbacks coach, Bill Musgrave. So there's a new energy, a new flavor here with this New York Jets football team. I'm really, really excited to see what it looks like. And what Aaron Glenn had to say about him, I think the Jets got a plan. I think they're going to execute it, and hopefully it's going to come all for fruition. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about what we talked about here on Jets Media, and let's go Jets, baby. Yeah, this pick is hard. I ain't gonna lie. Pick is hard. Shout out to everybody in the chat. NYJ Lunatic. Nice. What up? What up, coach? Let's go Isaiah Davis. He's been in the gym. Look at these studs. A-Chain wishes he was that good. Yeah, let him know. They hating. They hate us because they ain't us. Right? They hate us because they ain't us. Now, let's focus more on the offensive line since Joe Tippmann was just extended, baby. For sure. Jets fans are going to love to hear what this veteran had to say about Armand Menbu entering year number 2. Now, we've just got news recently that Joe Tippmann is locked up long-term, which is absolutely massive. I think that the way that Darren Muji is constructing this offensive line, he's prioritizing continuity. But Armand Menbu, you can argue, has the most upside out of anybody on this offensive line. I think Olu Fashanu, of course, has a lot of upside. Joe Tippmann can even grow to become a Pro Bowl piece to this interior. But Armand Menbu, he's that blue chip. Coming off a sensational rookie season, what this veteran had to say about him is really eye-opening, okay? And I think that the leadership of this football team and having a potential legit all-pro stud, not only at right tackle, but an all-pro talent potentially at left tackle with Olu, and an all-pro talent interior with Tippmann locked up. There's no reasons to believe that this offensive line cannot be the best it's been in years. Welcome on in the Jets Media, presented by Prize Picks. We're going to get into all the latest news you need to know about the Jets offensive line, so let's get straight into it, all right? It was Josh Myers with the quote. Josh Myers was talking about Mr. Armand Membou, and he had something very interesting to say that we're going to highlight in this video. Shout out to Randy Lange for writing this article here on the Jets website. Make sure you guys go check it out. Armand Membou seeks to continue his upward climb in second Jets season. His goals for the rest of the summer is get as strong and as explosive as I can. Get really dialed in this year, man. Woo! I love it, bro. I absolutely love this energy. I love it. The Jets offensive line is a good conversation starter for fans, not to mention a good drive starter for the offense. And as for individuals on that unit, second-year right tackle Armand Membou's name has been band-aid about quite a bit of teammates. Head coach Aaron Glenn acknowledges that there has been some sense of urgency with him as far as how do I take my game to the next level? What are the things I have to do to be able to be one of the top offensive linemen in the league? The fact that he has that mindset already coming off just one season tells me he's destined to be great. You're never complacent. I'm telling you, greatness comes from within. It comes from drive. It's not about physical gifts. It's not about being athletic. It's not about being talented. It's about your drive. It's about your work ethic. It's about your discipline. It's all about that stuff. And it seems like Armand Membou is knocking on the door of becoming one of the better offensive linemen in the league. Josh Myers, who is the veteran that we're referring to in this video, has a bold take on Armand Membou. He said, quote, Membou has the ability to be like great, one of the greats, adding that there's a lot that needs to happen between now and then, but he's got the talent, he's got the mentality. Bingo. I'm telling you right now, the mentality is what always separates any athlete from being an all-time great and being a good player. Do you want to be remembered when you retire as a bad player, okay player, good player, or great player? If you want to put it into those levels, you'll never be a great player in any sport without having that will, without having that mindset. And it seems like the veteran Myers, who's been around the league, was in Green Bay around a lot of great offensive linemen, around a lot of great players in that organization. He sees that mindset already in a young Armand Membou. I don't know if Olu Fashanu has that mindset, to be honest. And could it be developed? Yes, that can be. Maybe he'll see the younger version of himself in Membou, who's drafted a year after him, and be like, hey, I got to get that mindset. I got to have that urgency. I want to go out there and be great. I want to be one of the best in the league. Like, I don't know if people realize what Membou did as a freaking rookie, Doug. In his NFL debut, this guy went toe-to-toe with one of the best players in the NFL, TJ Watt. And he freaking shut him down. That's ridiculous. Here is Membou on his thoughts about being a lot better entering year number 2.
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot better now because, coming in last year, I had like pre-draft and everything going on. But, this year I had like a full off-season train and really focus on football. So I definitely feel a lot more comfortable right now.
And that is a whole thing. When you're a rookie, right? Kenyon Sadiq is going to have to deal with this. David Bailey, Omar Cooper, this entire draft class. There's so much pre-draft stuff that is just crazy. If you go to the Senior Bowl, you got to do that. Combine stuff, pro days, meetings. You don't know where you're landing until late April. And then you're thrown into rookie minicamp, and then you're thrown into OTAs. But for a year 2 player like Membou and Mason Taylor and Azarie Thomas, those guys are getting the experience of, oh, I know what it's like to have a full off season, knowing I'm a Jet. I don't got to go through the pre-draft process. You get more comfortable focusing on football, focusing on my body, focusing on my mind. If there was one guy that's destined to break out into a star on this football team, I'm putting my money on Mr. Armand Membou, bro. I genuinely am. I think that he's got what it takes. And to hear that from Myers, he's not someone that's going to throw that around lightly. And I remember that what I saw from Membou as a rookie, it's not something I'm just going to take for granted as a rookie. Now, here's his thoughts on Geno Smith.
I just feel like he's been commanding the huddle really well, and I see his leadership on the field, so it's really good to have him here.
And, very short and simple of what he had to say about Geno. But I think that the commanding the huddle element is important. You went from Justin Fields. I don't think Fields commanded the huddle very well. He didn't really have a lot of confidence in himself. I don't see that in his game. The fact that Membu was already noticing that he's commanding the huddle very well is important. And I'm excited to see what Geno looks like as a Jet, man. You're seeing the media day photos come out, which is exciting. Geno's here. We'll see. But I think that now that we got Mr. Joe Tippmann and Armand Membu both here long term, it's exciting. Here's them at OTAs. This is the right side of this offensive line locked up for the future, man. Membu drafted last year, so he still got 4 years of cheap control. We're hoping he's extended eventually when he's eligible. But Joe Tippmann, eligible for extension. What happens? He gets extended. So now the right side of this offensive line is solidified for the next 4 seasons. And it's going to be with Membu and Tippmann anchoring it. That's pretty friggin' awesome, man. I am very excited about that. I'm extremely excited about that. Let's freaking go, man. And I want to give you some stats, by the way. Armand Membu was the first Jets rookie with 1,000 scrimmage plays since Sauce Gardner. 1,000 snaps he played as a rookie. It's not an easy thing to do with a lot of injury problems that happens with the Jets and all that. He's also the first Jets offensive rookie with 1,000 snaps since AVT. Elijah Vera Tucker did it as a rookie, and then after his rookie season, he went down with all the injury problems, and now he's gone with the Patriots, with the Ops. And officially, the Jets, Armand Membu was also the first Jets rookie tackle with 1,000 snaps since the great DeBrickashaw Ferguson in 2006. So, a lot of positive things to say about Membu. According to PFF, Membu was the 30th ranked tackle with a 72.7 PFF grade among tackles with at least 300 snaps as a rookie, bro. That may not sound like much, but that is impressive for a rookie tackle. I'm telling you right now, one of the toughest positions to come into and play, right? And Rich Cimini said that he is concerned about the lack of interior depth by saying, I think the depth at tackle is okay. Mitchell as a backup. Max Mitchell is back on a 1-year deal. They have Okafor. I think the depth is a concern on the interior, but I feel a little more comfortable if they add another swing center or guard who has some experience. That's what Rich Cimini said on the Jets Collective, and I'm curious to get your thoughts about that in the comments. Are you worried about the depth as an issue entering this upcoming season? I think that the depth is pretty good on the outside, no doubt about it. But when it comes to the inside, that's really where you got to question things, right? But going back into Armand Membu real quick, this is his rookie debut, week 1 last year. That's him against TJ freaking Watt, bro. Swallowing the man. Look at this. TJ Watt, one of the greatest edge rushers in the NFL, completely stonewalls him and then gets leverage and punches this man to the floor and finishes. Unreal. This was week 1. This is his first ever start in the NFL. It's just really cool to see, man. Really cool to see. And look at Membu just moving people in the run game, too. Moving people. This is all his debut, by the way. Look at him right here on your screen at right tackle. Just completely moving people around. If you're a Jets fan, you're trying to find some type of hope, man. There's some pieces on this offensive line to be excited about. And I'm telling you, it extends. It starts there. Without an offensive line, I mean, look at that play right there, bro. This is a beautiful run play. Watch Memo get to his spot, flip his hips, bang. Put both feet into the ground. You want your back pointed towards the running back. And that's exactly what he does, creating that running lane for Breece Hall. This is going to be really exciting, man. So, hearing what the veteran Myers had to say about Membu, are we watching an all-time great? I mean, this is your rookie debut we're watching the film of. Like, that is just absurd to see all of these different snaps. Did he have some rookie moments? Yeah. Just like everybody does. But there's no denying that the Jets got a freaking stud in this rookie. And the fact that Josh Myers thinks he could be destined for greatness, I believe so. Do you believe so? Let me know in the comments. Love you guys as always. And let's go Jets. Blocking Membu. Membu should have gotten Offensive Rookie of the Year. I know, man. They don't gift offensive linemen those types of accolades. But folks, we're gonna wrap up this live here on Jets Media. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Happy Monday. I'll see you guys in the next video here on the channel. I want to give a shout out to Travis becoming a member of the channel and LaSalle sending in a membership super chat. Member for 27 months. What's good? Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and let's go.